guys, so for today's video I thought that I would talk about my Warped Tour experience for 2017. I did this last year, so I will have that link down below if I can try and remember. But yeah, there are a lot of bands that I've seen at Warped Tour this year and some sets that I want to talk about and how my experience went, so let's just get into it. As we were walking in, American Authors was playing at 12:50, so we kind of just like walked around and listened to their set a little bit. We weren't like wanting to see them, but we heard a couple of their songs. I didn't really record anything of them though, and they sounded alright. I wouldn't like have to see them, but it was just kind of cool to hear them. And then after that we ran over to the Journey's Left and Right Foot stages, and we were there for most of the day, honestly. That was where all the bigger, those were the two main stages this year, and let's just talk about that for a minute. It really pisses me off. Last year, the main stages were the Mutants, I think, or the Monster. I don't remember, but they were like not under the pavilion, and they were under the pavilion this year. So, like at our pavilion, there's the stage, and then there's like the pit area, and then seats, and then like a walking around area, and then more seats, and then lawn. It's really like hard to explain, but down where like the main pit was, like right in front of the stage, it was all VIPs for some reason. Like I didn't even know Warped Tour had VIP. There were security guards everywhere, and it was just stupid. Like I wanted to be in the pit for most of these bands. I love the pit, but because I couldn't be in the pit for most of them, and I was really mad. But we still got to see some pretty great bands in the seats, which I wasn't too mad about. But yeah, so the first band that we actually like sat down to watch was New Year's Day. And I got a couple clips from them. We actually met the guitarist from them. They sounded amazing. She never fails to blow me away. Her vocals live are so good, and they played Angel Eyes with Chris Motionless, and literally I almost freaked out because I thought that they were gonna bring Chris out, but I legit almost started crying whenever they said, she said to scream his parts as loud as we could. So they didn't bring him out, which was really disappointing, but it's fine. And after them, it was Memphis Mayfire. Oh, I'm so happy I finally got to see them. They came last summer with Bless the Fall, and I was supposed to go see them, but I didn't end up going to, so I finally got to see them. I love Mattie Mullins. I got a couple clips from them. They sound incredible. They played most of their stuff off their new album, and they're just incredible. The pit seemed really into it, and I wish I was down there for it, and I'm so sad that I was sitting down, but I was like jumping up and down in the seats. After Memphis Mayfire was Neck Deep. Was great. I just love hearing his accent live. Like, it's so incredible. I love Neck Deep so much. They played their two newest singles, Happy Judgment Day and Where Do We Go When We Go, and everyone seemed to just know all the words already, and they were just jumping around, having a good time, and they were just a really fun set to enjoy. And after that, I left during their very last song so I can catch Movement's set.
I said the words, that's what keeps me, cannot keep you too. And even after, you're the puncher. I swear I can hear you say, louder, hang on. They say, someday I hope to make it clear to you that success is not determined by whether you're fucking rocking with me.
And Movements were at the Full Sail stage, so it was like a kind of smaller crowd and a smaller stage, which I really enjoy because you can just like feel all the energy from the people, and I don't know, I was almost front row, and then the crowd started getting intense, so some guy like pushed me to the barricade, but I wasn't mad about it. I actually got to meet Movements, and I had them sign this Movements hat, which was awesome. And I have a poster that I got them to sign, which was awesome. And I got a picture with him, and he was super sweet. There was a girl in the crowd like right in front of me that just like dropped to the floor, and just he saw it, and the look on his face was so sad. Like his eyes, you could tell he was so sad seeing that, and just the emotion you can feel like in his voice when he sang. Oh, I love them so much. You need to go check them out if you haven't been to Warped Tour yet. And even so, if you have, listen to them because they are incredible. They sound the exact same live as they do in their music, like on Spotify. They're incredible. One of my favorite bands by far. And then after Movements, I went to go see Bless the Fall. And Bless the Fall was at Mutant North, and that was also at kind of a smaller but bigger than Full Sail stage. So I was 3 rows from the barricade, but then I kind of kept shoving my way up to the front, so I got up to the barricade finally. Their crowd was insane, like insane. I think besides Attila, they were the hardest crowd I've ever been at. It was awesome, and just so many people were having a good time. Everyone was knowing all the words, singing along, and he looked like he had so much fun up on stage. I got to touch his chest, and I got a high five from him. I have videos that I will put here, and he is just incredible, and I love him. Their set, they were so good, and it was like, I don't know, it just made me so much more energized for the rest of the day. Like I was starting to get all tired, and yeah, so it was awesome. And then after them, I went to go eat because I was starving and I didn't pack any food, which I should have because, okay, I don't want to get too much into this, but okay, come on, Warped Tour. $14 for a fucking hamburger. Are you kidding me? I mean, it was a good hamburger, but not $14 good. And their fries were $8. What? Like that, it just makes me so mad. And water bottles were $8. I know it's free refills, but come on. It just pisses me off so bad. Like, it's sad that the merch is cheaper than the food. I don't know. It just makes me mad. But after them, I went back over to Journeys because Beartooth was playing, and I caught the first part of Beartooth, and then I went to go find my friends they were more down in the seats again, like in the kind of front row, and then we saw Andy Black. Which he was incredible, obviously. His voice is so deep, and I love it. Everyone was having a good time. I love Andy Black. I'm still sad that Black Veil Brides wasn't there, but you know, shit happens. But after that, Attila was on, and they never failed to blow me away, as always. I saw them at Warped Tour 2 years ago, whenever they went, and they were incredible. But since they always ask for like huge circle pits and stuff, but since they were under the pavilion, they still asked for it, but they really couldn't circle pit that big. 2 years ago, I keep saying last year, 2 years ago, they were at like a more open set stage, whatever, so they were able to have like a huger crowd, and it was just a lot better then. But I don't know, they were still amazing. Fuck that shit, you can find me in the mosh pit. You can make some fucking noise. Party with the devil, bitch. And then we saw Dance Gavin Dance, which I'm not really a huge fan of. The 3 friends that I went with all wanted to see them, so I stayed there and wasn't really planning on seeing anybody else. So I just sat there with them, and they weren't bad. They were really good, and everyone seemed to enjoy them. And the last band that I saw were my boys, I Prevail. I've been wanting to see I Prevail ever since I found out about them, and they were just insane. They sound the exact same live, and I love them to death. Like, their energy on stage is so good. Even when our energy at the end of the day, they were the last band to play besides Guar, but their energy was incredible. The vocals on the guy who screamed were so good. Like, they were amazing, and they're also very hot. Just saying. I just wish I was in the pit for that so bad, because everyone looked like they were having so much fun, and it just still makes me mad that it was VIP. I tried so hard getting in there, but every time a security guard stopped me and said it was VIP, it just makes me really angry. But other than that, the weather held up nice. It was supposed to rain all day, but it held off until the ride home, which was awesome. It wasn't too hot, not too cold, and it was just incredible. I am so happy I went again. This is my 4th Warped Tour in a row, so next year will be my 5th, and I'm so excited for next year already. It's going to be amazing. And also, don't mind my appearance. I really didn't feel like putting makeup on. It was too hot out today. And yes, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.